Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans cette nouvelle interview de la chaîne Metalliquoi. Cette fois-ci, c'est le groupe The Night Flight Orchestra qu'on est allé rencontrer. Petit rappel, NFO c'est un super groupe dont j'ai parlé dans le dernier épisode de Metalliquoi et qui est composé de Björn Strid, David Andersson, Jonas Kelsbeck, Charlie D'Angelo, ainsi que Richard Larsson au clavier et Sebastian Forslund au percu, clavier, guitare, etc. On a profité de leur première tournée depuis la création du groupe pour aller les interviewer à Mannheim, en Allemagne, le 14 décembre 2017. C'était la deuxième date de la tournée. Je vous embête pas plus, on se retrouve après l'interview. À toutes!
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, it's deeply rooted in the classic rock scene between, I would say, 77 to maybe 83. And I mean, there's so many bands that we're influenced by, but I think our mission is really to provide something that is missing out there. I think it's a way of composing, a way of producing, and also, you know, performing music, you know, that's been lost for a very long time. So it's so much more than a, you know, like a pastiche on that era.
We try to avoid being like too specific. Like there are lots of bands out there today that are like playing pure AOR or pure blues rock or whatever, but we kind of embrace that whole era. We can play everything from AOR to progressive rock to very synthesizer based 80s electronic music. I mean, we don't want to limit ourselves to one specific genre. I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of retro bands, because they mostly tend to like emulate one sound and one genre. I guess Night Flight Orchestra it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like
no, but it's like what we do to amuse ourselves and hopefully others, because we're all good friends, and it's we do have a special chemistry when we play together. At least I think so.
Yes, I definitely agree.
It's been there from the beginning, and we've all been friends for a long time, and this is what we do when we want to have fun.
All right.
And I think it comes across in the music as well, that we don't have any like career plans. We're just doing this. I mean, even if no one would have heard us, we'd still be doing this whenever we had the chance.
'Cause I can't deny it, can't just get it through. I'm head over heels.
Hard to say. I mean, we started this band because we, you know, wanted to have a little bit of a vacation band, I guess.
Yeah, and me and Björn, when we did our first tour together in 2006, when I was a session guitarist with Solarwork, and we almost immediately started bonding over classic rock. It's like, wow, you like classic rock, classic rock, and we just felt that we needed to do this ourselves, and so it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say, I mean, personally, I just feel very balanced, like musically, because it's, like I've said in many interviews before, I don't have to be Tom Araya and you know, Lou Gramm in the same band, you know. So now I feel extremely balanced musically, and I think, you know, with Soulwork, we have pretty brutal nowadays, you know, ever since we started Night Flight Orchestra, and it's becoming more and more sort of melancholic, and it's all about presence, you know. I think there's so much presence still in Soulwork, but also in Night Flight Orchestra. It's two different things, so I think it's kind of a yin-yang sort of situation, you know, and I think it was something that we needed, and I think it's really exciting in so many ways.
Please don't take off your stilettos. They never tell me lies. A thunderous battle.
Well, we're 2 days into the tour, and started yesterday. But I mean, it's really cool to take this, you know, on a real tour. We've only done festival shows before, and a few club shows here and there, but not like a full tour. You know, this is we're doing 9 dates on this tour, and it's really great to you know, do some shows outside Sweden as well. You know, and I think we all realized when we played Rock Hard Festival in Germany this summer, that's like, wow, you know, people are really into this, you know, and because we didn't really know what to expect.
No.
So
that was fantastic.
Yes.
Seeing all these metalheads dancing and
Yeah.
And often the most unmellow songs are the ones that are most popular, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I saw people in
people
like
Slayer shirts dancing to
yeah,
Domino
in like
and-
Watain patches and dancing to Domino. It was quite a sight. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't tell you when, but I mean, we're definitely working on it. But yeah,
If it took you 3 albums to do one tour, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes
No, but
you don't know.
it's like it's grown in a very organic, natural way. Because I mean, touring costs money, and it's nice to have it evolve slowly and
yes, I think that's pretty healthy actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're it feels quite natural to take this step, and then perhaps we can go overseas as the next step. I think it's very different.
It's very different, yeah, and it definitely took some time to sort of enter that role, even though it's such a big part of me. I mean, as a frontman, it was like, wow, this is very different, you know. And so it took some time, you know. It's just different. It's kind of hard to describe exactly what it is. Obviously, it's a very different musical expression.
Yeah, I think playing metal shows, it's a lot, this might sound corny, but it's a lot about like conveying power.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sound heavy and like brutal and
Yeah, this
Whereas
is way
this-
more like stripped down,
Yeah.
sort of like, you know, sort of.
and it's a lot about the chemistry between us as musicians, because I mean every song is slightly different every night, and I'm still like impressed with how good we are. I mean, but it's real nice having hearing the drumming, the percussion, the backup vocals, your vocal. I mean, it's
Yeah, we, you know, it's
keyboard
crazy.
solos, and I mean it's
I'm getting like blown away every
Yeah,
night. You know,
yeah.
I was like, wow, you did something crazy right there. What was that? You know, can you do that again? I don't know what I did. You know, but it was amazing. So
yeah, and
Yeah.
metal is a lot about like playing the stuff as it sounds on the record, whereas now we can do whatever we want, and people seem to enjoy that as well. We can stretch out the songs, and
yeah,
you can do some ad-lib vocals. And
yeah.
Break your spell, my Siberian queen, waking from a frozen dream. My
I think so far it's mostly metalheads who discovered that they like classic rock as well. And I mean,
It's
most
like a guilty pleasure band.
Yeah.
You know, that's the impression I've gotten.
and I think metal fans are quite open-minded. At least the ones I've talked to over the years. It's not like they think that everything sucks. That it's not like brutal. They're very open-minded, and so far I haven't had any like negative reactions
No.
from any metal fan for us doing Night Flight. They're like think it's fun and
Yeah.
interesting. So I think that's a cliche. I mean, of course, if you read the comment sections on internet, people tend to complain a bit about stuff. But I mean, I think that's a minority. Most metal fans are very open-minded and quite welcoming.
Yeah, and they can tell that it's real too.
Yeah.
You know, that it's coming from the right place. It was not like a bunch of guys from metal bands like, oh, let's do something 70s. You know, let's get together. Oh, you know, let's sound like that. You know, it goes way deeper than that, and I think people can tell.
It's me, it's plain to see how I wasted.
Really hard to say. I mean, we started. We sounded a little bit more sort of like early 70s mixed with late 70s on the first 2 albums, and then we've gradually gone into the 80s a little bit, like
Yeah.
beginning of the 80s, and then we were just joking around. So what's the next album going to be? Is it going to be like, you know, 87 to 89 or something like that? But probably not. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think we're providing a real rock show the way it was meant to be. You know, we have backup singers as well, you know, and you don't see that a lot nowadays in rock bands, and I just love that. I mean, even, you know, Guns N' Roses in the beginning of the 90s, they have backup singers, you know, and I think they still do. Yeah, and Mötley Crüe, yeah. So I think it gives the show a whole new dimension, you know, in many ways, and I think that's what we're providing, you know, and I'm really looking forward to see where this is gonna take us, you know. so much fun. And
I think musically we'll continue to try and include other influences. I mean, just expanding and doing stuff that we haven't done before, because we need to challenge ourselves and so whatever we'll do in the future, it will be slightly different. And I mean, we're releasing the next album next year, and we have recorded most of it already, and it's going to be. It will expand on the concepts that we have already, and take it to various exotic places.
well, we tried out Josephine today for the first time, and it was sounding really good on the soundcheck, and it's a lot of fun playing that song. So I mean, that would definitely be one of them, and Gemini is fun too. There's a lot of I don't know. I haven't gotten sick of any of the songs yet.
No.
So
I think the most. I still love the longer, slightly epic songs like Transatlantic Blues and Heather Reports.
yeah, I agree. I love to perform those too.
Because that's also something that sets us apart from a lot of other bands in the same genre these days, that we tend to do things that are a bit more over the top, and that's something we should develop more in the future as well, I think. And that's probably my favorite live song, "Living for the Nighttime."
Yeah.
It's good.
Baby, 'cause tonight I'm living for the night.
I'd say my all-time favorite album is probably Sabbath by Sabbath.
Then I'll say ABBA, Voulez-vous.
You can't really like music and not like ABBA.
She's a vision from the depths of my despair.
I'd say Grace Jones in View to a Kill.
Wow. Okay.
She's probably
Yes.
Yes.
And yes. Again. Well, I hope we have convinced people to check us out. It's obviously a super melodic band, and we love what we do, and I'm sure people will be able to hear that. So yeah, people should check it out.
Et voilà, j'espère que ça vous a plu. Nous en tout cas on a passé un super moment et le concert qui a suivi était vraiment génial. Si on a la chance de les voir refaire une tournée, n'hésitez pas une seconde à aller les voir en concert. C'est suffisamment rare pour en profiter déjà, et même sans parler de ça, c'est un vrai régal en concert. Je voudrais remercier Björn et David pour l'interview, et aussi mon ami Quentin et ma sœur Claudia pour leur précieuse aide dans la réalisation de celle-ci. Je vous laisse avec la cover de Gemini que j'ai faite sur ma deuxième chaîne YouTube en collaboration avec 2 autres musiciens qui m'ont rejoint pour l'occasion. Toute l'histoire est en description de la vidéo. A bientôt sur la chaîne Metalliquoi.